Sagittarius, welcome. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot. This is your November reading. We are going to be looking for some guidance for you from Spirit for November around a couple of questions this month. We're looking to see if we can find a little bit of information about where our joy lies this month. Where is our joy? And the second bit of that, sort of related, is a question of what needs our attention? You know, what do we need to be paying attention to this month? They're very general questions, but we hope to get some guidance, and it seems Spirit's quite talkative for you today. I was not going to do flippers, but there they are, so we'll take them, huh? The deck we're using at the moment is the Line Strider Tarot. We'll be doing some clarifying cards with the White Sage. Wow, we've got a lot of jumpers today. And then we'll do maybe an Oracle card at the end. Put that one away because we just had that for the other reading. Okay, so let's see what we have. This is for Sagittarius with position Sun, Moon, or Rising Sagittarius. And it's a general reading because I cannot make them make it specific to everyone's energies, but it will speak to some of you, and if it doesn't seem to be your reading, don't try to force the fit. There are others doing November reads. If you are interested in a personal reading, I have some limited availability, and you'll find information at crowindigotarot.com. Okay, let's see what we have. We're starting off with the Five of Wands, and the camera's giving me, of course, a bit of trouble today, as it normally does, but that's the Five of Wands. We have the King of Cups coming in next. Then we have the Page of Cups and the Hermit. Oh, it was so clear there for a moment. There she is. And the Hermit. We have the Empress in reverse. We have the Moon. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. Focus. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So, let us look at our message here for you. The Five of Wands tells me there's a kind of a competitive nature to this month for you. There's perhaps a bit of conflict, a sense of wanting something that that isn't entirely yours, is what I'm sensing here, Sagittarius. It's it could be yours. You want it to be yours, but it's not entirely yours right now, Sagittarius. So there's a bit of competition and you know, a clash with somebody else. I think it is a someone else, not an entity so much as a person. The King of Cups, though, has this this energy of compassion around this card. There's a sense of balance and control. So whatever you're competing about, it could be related to an emotional connection of some sort. You know, it could be a situation where you're dating someone and they're also dating someone else, and you are very much interested in that not being the case, that they only date you. Or it could be that you feel strongly emotional about an object, a piece of property, an article of possession, something, I don't know. I'm not really getting a good clear read here. It could be an object that you believe is yours, and you feel very emotional about that fact. You feel like that's why there's someone else who also thinks it belongs to them, and you're certain it's not the case. I sort of get the sense that you will prevail here. I'm just looking at the blues matching the King of Cups energy with you bringing control to a situation, and balance and fairness and emotional victory for you. I think that this will end up being in your favor, whatever this is, whether it's an object or that you care deeply about, or a person. The Page of Cups energy is coming in next, and this can speak to happy surprises. It could be you discovering a new feeling in yourself, Sagittarius, that you've not experienced before. It could be that this takes you by surprise, that you feel so much about winning this competitive situation over a person or an item. It could be the first time you felt that strongly about something, and it might be a bit surprising for you. The Hermit is always this energy of sort of retreating into yourself and considering meaning, searching for the meaning of a situation. So you may have some time this month when you realize how strongly you feel, it may give birth to a time in which you sort of retreat from general public engagement, spend a few days by yourself really thinking about that feeling and what does it mean and what really does matter to me. That's the sense I get here. Your joy could be in, a discovery. That discovery of how deeply you feel about this situation. Although it may surprise you, it could also be quite a joyful experience for you to understand that you can actually feel that deeply about something or someone. The Empress coming in reversed is this sort of, maybe it's not, something in your life doesn't feel as fulfilling as it once did. There's a slight essence here of an emptiness, of feeling maybe not something you used to feel quite strongly about, connected to. You don't feel as connected anymore. I think this is something different. It's not this, because this is a progression this month where you are discovering that you actually care deeply about something. Something means much more to you than you realized, and much more to you than perhaps anything ever has. You really start to understand yourself and your emotional reactions. And this is something else. This may be where you're at presently, that you feel something lacking. If it is the case, then I think you'll find that something else is going to be filling that space, and perhaps that sense of lacking is a warning sign, or not a warning, a foreshadowing, if you will, of what's changing, something changing for you this month. The Moon shows up, and that has a certain sense of not being able to see clearly all of the details, just like we can't focus with my camera. There is this sense that you are lacking clear sight. There's something is hidden. There's a mystery quality to this month for you. The Page of Wands in reverse is, there might be a sense that you're creating some conflicts. You are thwarted, frustrated in some way, creatively, and that makes you argumentative. It makes you a little bit, you're just a little more difficult to deal with this month, perhaps, because this is what you want up here, yet there's a bit of conflict and competition involved in getting what you want. And this Page of Wands energy is this restless kind of irritated, don't care if I'm fitting in and playing nicely right now kind of energy. The Eight of Pentacles tells me that you are in a good place financially. Now, that does not mean you have everything you want, Sagittarius, but I do feel like you are starting to know that you're capable of supporting yourself. You have a certain aspect of this month that tells me things are humming along. You're getting the skills, you're gaining skills, you are supporting yourself, you're starting to feel confidence in your financial ability. And that, I think that note is here simply to say this is moving along nicely, even though this may be challenging and there may be a little challenge over here. Don't forget, this still needs attention. You're doing well, you've made progress, don't lose your progress. Don't get distracted by the emotional stuff or the hidden or the irritation. Don't lose sight of the fact that you've made progress financially. Keep that going. Let's do a little clarifying, shall we? We'll use the White Sage Tarot for this, Sagittarius. For November for Sagittarius, what is that Five of Wands about? Spirit, can you tell us a little more about the Five of Wands for Sagittarius for November? What is the Five of Wands about? Any further clarification around the Five of Wands? May not. I'm not going to force it, but let's see what we get, if we get anything. We have the Five of Pentacles reversed. Oh no, I'm sorry, the Three. Three of Pentacles reversed. So this competition could be around a group conflict. There could be a lack of teamwork, or there could just be a general disorganization of a project, or no. There's some communication problems here, I think, that have led to this competitive situation. Can we have one more on that card, please? We have one more clarifier around the Three of Pentacles reversed on the Five of Wands. Oh, we have a bunch of cards came out. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. We have the King of Cups again. Okay, show up, you cute little otter. Oh, why wouldn't you? There we go. See how cute he is. King of Cups is showing up again as a clarifier there. The Eight of Wands. This, you know, the King of Cups again is about the balance, control and balance. And the Eight of Wands is sort of self-imprisonment, you know, the sense that you're holding yourself back. You are frustrating your own efforts here in some way. This conflict could be less difficult if you could get out of your own way, is what I'm hearing, and I'm not sure what that means. Perhaps you know. The Queen of Swords reversed and the Five of Swords reversed. These are mental energies here. This thinking, not feeling. You're trying to reason your way out of this conflict when perhaps you need to use your heart and not your head. But the Queen reversed can be about jealousy. So maybe you have a sense of jealousy here getting in the way of you progressing and succeeding in your efforts to obtain this from your competitor. The Five, no, I'm sorry. Let me see, is that right with the Queen of Swords? Yeah, it's it could be jealousy. There's some manipulative quality here. There's this Five of Swords reversed. There's some resentment that has to do with a previous situation. You could find that you're competing with somebody that you've got a history with. And so it's more about, this Queen is bringing more of a deceptive kind of energy with her, with it. There's a sense here that it's a lot more complicated than it seems. It's not just about what's happening today, whomever you're competing with, for whatever you're trying to achieve. There's some history between you and this person. Something has happened in the past. There's a bit of jealousy and manipulation that has gone on in the past. Maybe you were the one that was manipulative. You know, no shade, Sagittarius, but what I'm seeing here is you're getting in your own way with regard to resolving this and winning the competition. And that may be because you feel a certain guilt about something that you've done in the past, and you're letting that influence how you handle the present. I don't know that that will relate to all of you, but that seems to be part of this conflict there. Let's look at the Page of Cups, this sort of discovery of a new feeling in yourself. Spirit, can we have clarification around the Page of Cups, please? For Sagittarius for November. Any clarification there? Ooh. Seven of Wands. Swords. I don't know why I said Wands. Seven of Swords. Again, with the Swords energy. Here I'm seeing that you may feel like you're not being totally straightforward or honest. You're not lying, but you're carefully and very selectively sharing information right now, and that makes you feel a little dishonest. But it's actually necessary to be diplomatic at this point in time. And I think what is surprising for you is that it feels false. I think you completely understand on a normal day that maybe there are things that don't need to be said, that it's best sometimes to communicate with diplomacy. And you're a bit surprised that in this case it makes you feel like you're hiding things. And I think that is only because you care so deeply about this person or this project or this object that you want your energy to be fully pure here, Sagittarius. You want to come into this with full authenticity and honesty and openness. You want to start in a very, very clean, if that's the right word, very pure way. And so the need to be diplomatic in your communications is making you feel just a bit off. Let's look at the Hermit, if we could, please, Spirit. Can I have some clarification for Sagittarius around the Hermit card? Clarification for Sagittarius on the Hermit card. Oh, let's see what we have. The Ace of Swords. There's a truth, a very pure knowing, an absolute clarity about what matters. And it's coming out of this time that you spend in thought, searching for meaning. So if you can find some time this month, it would be truly in your best interest to set some space for yourself to think about these questions of meaning. I think that would be most important. What about the Empress reversed, Spirit? Do we have any clarification on the Empress reversed? Well, half the deck just fell underneath the table here. I'm not going to choose them all, so let me just pick them up. My apologies, it's quite a bit here. Let me just turn them back over and we'll start again. I've got glimpses there of the Fool and the Two of Swords, which means that perhaps this is clarified by a new beginning after a difficult choice. I'm not keeping them because there were about 12 cards that fell, but that might have something to do with this Empress reversed energy of emptiness. It may have something to do with a new start, a brave new start that comes from a difficult choice. Wow, okay, so it's doing it again to me, throwing half the deck at me. It's not really wanting to be absolutely clear with me, I think. But let's see what we have. We have the Star, hope and faith and a rejuvenating energy here in the Star card coming out around that feeling of emptiness. And the Two of Cups reversed. How did this card come out earlier? It's a connection, an emotional connection of the heart, but it's not. That's how it is when it's upright, when it's in reverse like that. There's some broken communication. There's some imbalance here. The King promises to bring this King of Cups you've gotten twice now, promises to bring some balance to a situation, but right now there's a case of communications are not flowing freely and clearly, and that that broken communication, that lack of balance between you and someone can be healed. I get the sense that it's going to be healed, but right now it's making it quite difficult for you to get past this feeling of emptiness. I want to look at the moon, please, Spirit. Do you have some guidance for Sagittarius around the moon for November? Guidance for Sagittarius around the moon card for November? Maybe not. The King of Wands. King of Wands. Focus. Here we go. See him? King of Wands. Energy. It's a big picture energy. It's leadership, you know, feeling very confident in your ability to overcome challenges. I think the message there is that it doesn't matter what is hidden. You will be able to flow through this. You will be able to overcome any challenge that comes toward you because you have this energy of manifestation this month, Sagittarius, that allows you to succeed and to even if you don't know all of the details, when they come to you very quickly, you'll have this clarity of mind that helps you to succeed. The King of Cups twice there is telling me you do succeed in whatever this challenge is. Let's look at the Page of Wands reversed for Sagittarius. Do you have guidance around the Page of Wands reversed? Where is that energy of creating conflict? What is that about? It's strength in the reverse. And that tells me that you are doubting yourself. There's a weakness, an insecurity that's making you argumentative. You're doubting yourself. I really am seeing this part as kind of your shadow self. Your stronger self knows that you will succeed and is in line for some amazing joy and clarity this month. Your shadow self still needs managing, though. You're going to need to pay attention to how you react and question yourself in your reactions and ask if you're being your best self. Are you being your authentic self? Are you being the person you want to be for this new opportunity, this new relationship, this new possession, this new job, maybe this new home? Are you making choices based on your fearful self, your insecure self? Are you taking steps that are aligned with who you want to be, your best self? Eight of Pentacles. Let's look one card there and then we'll move on to one of the oracles. The Eight of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant, which tells me that you can continue to improve your skills by finding yourself a good teacher. And maybe you already have one. You may already have a mentor who's helping you. Don't let that connection fade, is what I see there, Sagittarius. Let's look at this deck. It is called Affirmators. It's not really an oracle deck. It's more of just a bunch of ideas, and that will help you focus on being your best self. There's sort of this fun, a bunny on a unicorn with a rainbow, right? It's a bit cheeky, right? There's a little bit of humor in here, but let's just see what we got for you. I think this is yours. Ups and downs. I see life as an incredible ride, and I'm lucky to be on it. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what makes things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes for a good story. Well, I can't say they're wrong. So what is that telling us? It's sort of saying, you know, you may be struggling at some points, but there's so much good, and the good and the bad, the ups and the downs, they all are part of living life fully. I hope this has been helpful for you, Sagittarius. I hope you have a fantastic November, And we will see you next time. Blessings.